Hey everyone, welcome back to the Network Fixer. Today, we are diving into something that's not just trending, but something that's going to completely redefine how technology works. Agentic AI. Not just AI that responds, not just AI that generates content, but AI that acts, AI that makes decisions, AI that completes tasks, AI that behaves almost like a digital employee. And in this video, I'm going to break it down for you in the simplest way possible while also going deep enough that by the end you will understand what Agentic AI really is, how it works internally, real world use cases, the risks nobody is talking about, and why this is bigger than cloud computing, automation, or even the internet boom. So sit back, this is going to be a deep dive. Let's start simple. What exactly is Agentic AI? Agentic AI is a type of artificial intelligence system that can set goals, that can make decisions, that can take actions. It can also learn from outcomes. All of these are done with minimal human intervention. Now, compare this with traditional AI. In traditional AI, we give input and AI gives output. But in Agentic AI, you give a goal, it figures out everything in between. That's the key difference. Let me give you a real world analogy. Think of a calculator. You tell it 2 plus 2 and it gives you 4. That's traditional AI. Now imagine an employee. You tell them prepare a monthly sales report. They don't ask you every step. All they do is they collect data, they analyze trends, they create charts and send the report. That's Agentic AI. It behaves more like a human worker than a tool. If we consider the core components, there are 4 core components. They are perception, reasoning, action, and memory. Let's go one by one. If we consider perception, this is how the AI understands the world. It can process text, images, logs, network data, APIs. For example, if you are a network engineer, an agent can read server logs, packet loss reports, latency metrics, and understand what's going on. The next core component is reasoning. This is where the intelligence kicks in. The AI doesn't just see data, it interprets it. Example, packet loss is increasing, so the AI will understand there is a possible congestion or hardware issue. This is decision making. The next core component is actioning. This is the most powerful part. Agentic AI doesn't stop at analysis. It acts, it restarts services, it reconfigures systems, it sends out alerts, it will also execute reports. This is where it becomes dangerous and also powerful because it can also execute scripts. The next core component is memory. This is what makes it improve over time. It remembers past actions, it remembers outcomes, it also remembers failures. So next time it performs better. So you might be having a question how Agentic AI differs from generative AI. A lot of people confuse Agentic AI with generative AI. Let's clear that up now. If we consider generative AI, it writes content, it generates images, it also answers questions. For example, you can consider ChatGPT. If we consider Agentic AI, it takes initiative, it executes tasks, it also solves multi-step problems. Think of it like this. Generative AI is brain, Agentic AI is brain plus hands plus decision power. That's the huge difference. Now let's talk about where this actually matters. If we consider network automation, this is where our channel audience will love it. Imagine this. Instead of manually troubleshooting, an AI agent detects latency spike, identifies root cause, applies fix, monitors result. All of these are done automatically. No ticket, no escalation, All of this is done with a resolution. If we consider in terms of DevOps, AI agents can deploy code, it can monitor failures, it can roll back automatically. This reduces downtime massively. If we consider business operations, AI agents can handle emails, they can schedule meetings, they generate reports, they follow up with clients. It helps in replacing repetitive office work. In terms of e commerce, AI agents can adjust pricing dynamically, it can manage inventory, it can handle customer queries, all in real time. While we have all these benefits, let's also understand the risks and challenges. Now let's get real. This isn't all good news. Agentic AI comes with serious risks. The first one is loss of control. If AI is making decisions, what happens when it makes the wrong one? The next thing to consider is with the security risks. Imagine an AI with access to servers, credentials, APIs. If compromised, the damage can be huge. The next thing to consider is over automation. Too much automation can remove human oversight. They can cause cascading failures. If we consider ethical concerns, who is responsible for AI decisions? Is it the developer? Is it the company? Or is it the AI itself? This is still unclear at the moment. If you ask me about the future of agentic AI, this is where the interesting part comes in. In the next 5 years, every company will have AI agents. IT teams will shrink but become more skilled. Manual monitoring will disappear. And most importantly, AI will move from helping humans to working alongside humans. So, if you are an engineer just like me, here are a few steps on how to prepare. If you are in tech, you need to adapt, you need to start learning, you need to learn automation tools, you need to learn APIs, you need to learn scripting, you need to know AI integrations, because the future is not AI replacing you, it's almost like someone using AI replacing you. Now let's step into the real core: LLMs, agents, and tools. This is where things go from interesting to powerful. If you have stayed this long, this section will completely change how you see AI systems. Let's break down agentic AI technically, but in a way that actually makes sense. In the first layer, you see LLM or the brain. At the heart of every agent is an LLM. This is the reasoning engine. It doesn't know everything. It predicts the best next action based on context. Think of it like a highly trained decision engine. But here is the catch. On its own, an LLM is passive. It only responds when you ask something. That's why LLM alone is not agentic. In the second layer, you will get agent loop or the real magic. This is what turns AI into an agent. The loop looks like receive goal, break into tasks, decide next action, execute, observe result, repeat. This loop keeps running until the goal is complete, and this is called the agent execution cycle. Let's make it real. Consider the goal of fixing network latency issue. The agent will check monitoring data, it will identify abnormal patterns, it tries to hypothesize the cause, it tries to run diagnostics, it will apply the fix, it will verify performance, all inside a loop, no human step-by-step guidance. The next thing to consider is the tools, which is considered the ants of AI. Here is where things get serious. Agents don't just think, they use tools. Tools can be APIs, shell commands, Python scripts, database queries, network CLI commands. For example, instead of saying there might be an issue with the server, the agent can SSH into the server, it can run diagnostics, it can restart services. This is real execution. The next comes with the memory or the short-term and long-term memory. Agents need memory to improve. There are two types, short-term memory and long-term memory. Short-term memory will help with the current task context. It also helps with recent actions. If we consider long-term memory, it helps with the past failures. It also considers successful fixes. It will try to have the patterns. Example, if restarting a service failed last time, the agent won't repeat the same mistake blindly. The next thing to consider is with the planning module. Advanced agents don't just react, they plan. Instead of do the next step, they create multi-step execution plans. Example, checking the logs, it will try to validate the hardware, it will test network path, it will try to apply the fix. This reduces randomness and improves reliability. If you want to understand the real architecture, imagine an enterprise which has a network with an AI agent. Here is how it works step by step. In the first step, it will try to monitor the input. Data comes from Prometheus, Grafana, network logs, SNMP. The next step includes the triggering. An anomaly is detected, latency increased by 40%. In the next step, LLM will consider the reasoning. The agent evaluates the possible causes, be it congestion, be it faulty hardware, be it misconfiguration. In the next step, the execution of tool comes in. The agent runs traceroute, it checks bandwidth usage, it verifies routing tables. The next step is with the decision making. It finds root cause. For example, consider a misconfigured routing rule. In the next step, it tries to action. It tries to update configuration, it restarts services. The next step is with the validation. Once the changes are made, it monitors latency again and later confirms the resolution. This entire flow can happen in minutes, all without human intervention. Let's consider a few case studies. Consider there is a network failure in the midnight. For example, around 2:33 am, the company's production server starts dropping packets. Normally, alert goes to engineer. Engineer wakes up, he logs in, and later he starts troubleshooting. The time to fix would be 45 minutes to 2 hours. With Agentic AI, consider the alert triggered at 2:33 am. It will consider the initial step, which is issue detected. In the next minute, which is 2:34 am, it will try to identify the root cause. In the 2:36 am, the fix is already applied. In the 2:38 am, it will just verify whether the system is stable. It's almost like zero human intervention. If we consider another case study of DevOps or DevOps development, consider a new release breaks production. If it's an agent, it will detect a spike in errors, it compares with previous version, it rolls back automatically. So here the downtime will be seconds instead of minutes. Let's understand Agentic AI using the next case study of cost optimization. Consider cloud bill spikes unexpectedly. The agent will analyze usage patterns, it detects idle resources, it shuts them down. It will help with savings without manual auditing. Now let me tell you a story because this is where it really hits hard. In the recent past, you might have seen the engineer got replaced by AI. It's not happening in a wide rapid way, but silently AI agents are replacing the engineers. There was a network engineer. He was smart, he was experienced, and he was reliable. Every time something broke, he fixed it at 3 am, at 5 am, and any time. He was the backbone of the team and the company. Then the company introduced an AI agent. At first, it was just assisting. It was trying to suggest fixes. It was analyzing the logs. He didn't think much of it. Weeks passed, months passed. The AI started fixing minor issues. It started handling alerts. It also started writing reports. A few months to years passed. The alerts stopped waking him up. Everything was getting resolved automatically. Then one day, there were no tickets, no calls, no escalations. Not because nothing was breaking, but because everything was getting fixed. It was done all before anyone noticed. And that's when it hit him. He wasn't replaced suddenly, he was replaced gradually. And this is important. AI doesn't replace jobs overnight, it replaces tasks one by one and quietly. Now, another story, same situation, same AI system, but different mindset. This is all about the engineer who adapted to changes. This engineer didn't ignore AI, he learned it. He understood how agents work, he built automation scripts, he integrated AI into workflows. Soon, he wasn't just fixing networks, he was designing AI driven systems. And later on, promotion came to him, salary got increased, responsibility increased. Same technology, but different outcome. So now you understand agentic AI is not just a tool, it's a shift in how work gets done. From manual to automated, reactive to proactive, human driven to AI assisted. And the real question is not, will AI take over? The real question is, will you evolve with it? Agentic AI is not just a trend, it's a shift. Just like the internet, cloud computing, automation, this is the next wave. And if you understand it early, you stay ahead. If you ignore it, you get replaced by it. If you found this valuable, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the Network Fixer. And let me know in the comment section, would you trust AI to manage your entire network? See you in the next one. Until then, take care of yourself and have a great day. Bye bye.